George Weah, bring our money back. My elite. George Weah, we want our money back. My elite. George Weah, bring our money back. My elite. George Weah, we want our money back. That's so the figures go stealing for 100 people. All our name contract for who we carry for people. Continue one for people, but all our police people. That kind of story my people will listen to. Students are going to school, dropping the safety billion. Black people in the street, bring the safety billion. Temper people in the ring, bring the safety billion. Musicians they not benefit, bring the safety billion. We want a safety billion to make another road. We want a safety billion for people in local. We want a safety billion, see heroes and killing people. That's why it's got a joke. I'm fucking Carambo. My elite. So we are, bring our money back. My elite. So we are, we want our money back. My elite. So we are, bring our money back. My elite. So we are, we want our money back. Something for culture where I was 60 billion. That's not that any bonnet to start with a 60 billion. Grab the fat jelly minister for a 60 billion. They are not there, we not get no 60 billion. That make it fun, go work on me fun at 60 billion. Go work for the meme, say I come in for me. Go work for security, that flying will continue. My elite. So we are, bring our money back. My elite. So we are, we want our money back. My elite. So we are, bring our money back. My elite. So we are, we want our money back. Yeah. MC Carol, I'm saying bring our money back. Silence individual.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson Talk Show. Today is August the 4th, 2021. What does this day have in store for me and my Liberian people? Where are we standing at this hour, in our time of need, in our time of confusion, disruption, negativity? Where do we stand? Where does America stand today amidst all the COVID-19 situation, the New York situation with Governor Cuomo and his women problems? Where do we stand today? Excuse me. Where do we stand today? As protests rage in Liberia, as our people cannot find heads or tails or make it out of what's going on in our country. Where do we stand, my people? Where do we stand at this hour of despair? At this hour of uncertainty? At this hour of lack of leadership, direction? Where do we stand, my people? Where do we stand as our government cannot be trusted? Our legislature have become legislators, making laws and approving laws to give themselves money that they don't deserve. All our leaders forming foundations for what? Everybody got a foundation now because our government giving them money to start their own operation Instead of running our country as a government, our country is being run by foundations. So where do we stand on all of this, Liberia? The protests of our students against the usual stupidness of our leaders. How you have e-learning in Liberia and no light, no computer. Sierra Leone is far better than Liberia right now in terms of progress and advancement. I was in Sierra Leone earlier this year. The internet at the U.S. Embassy could not work. The whole country internet down. Africa is not a place for internet. Maybe South Africa. But where else? Where else? Not in poor Liberia. We ain't got lights. Then you want the children to go to internet? For what? Do every student at the University of Liberia own a computer? So how do we do this e-learning? You gotta have the access to the logistics and the means to do these things. I mean, what's wrong with our leaders, man? What's wrong with our leaders? The world going crazy? Something must be wrong, man. Something must be wrong. But how do we deal with all this uselessness? How do we deal with all this criminal betrayal of our people? We can't. We can't continue to do that. We can't. Liberia is greater and better than these people who got leading our country today. It's far better than what we got as our leaders today. These people need to go to jail. These people need to be prosecuted for crimes against Liberia and the Liberian people. They need to be prosecuted. It is because of our own faults that our leaders are the people they are today. But let me get into my lesson because I don't want to start my introduction by going to my lesson. Because somebody got to take the leadership of our country. And I'm stepping forward right now. Okay? Today's topics. 1. Liberia is one nation, one people. Lawmakers return our $30,000. Is George Weah nuts? Number 2. And number 3, who owns Papa's Liberia land? Who owns it? We gotta really put this thing in perspective so we can know. I just want to put the dollar sign to that $30,000. But we gotta know, man. We gotta know. It's a necessity that we know who owns Liberia's Papa's land. Do we own it? Do we own it? So let's go back to my topics. Let me just put a dollar sign before this thing here and get my stuff correct. Because we can't go on like this. We can't go on like this. People come, they take our money. Money disappear. The very people we trust and repose our trust and confidence in are the very people to betray us. We can't go through this. This is not in our best interest. So where do we stand on all of this? So let me start my topic. I just want my topic to come about trying to put the dollar sign to make sure People don't just see the 30,000 as. Liberia is one nation. Liberia is one people. Our lawmakers must return the $30,000 they got. One lawmaker has done it, Yomli Kanga. If she can do it, the rest of the lawmakers can do it. She returned 15,000. She got to return the balance 15,000. But we want the rest of the lawmakers to return our $30,000. Liberia is not a nation of foundations. Liberia is not a nation of self-run governmental institutions of leaders. We are a wholesome, functioning society. We're supposed to be. And we can't function like the way Liberia is functioning today. All our leaders got foundations. For what? These poor people come to power with nothing. Then they form a foundation. I told you, just watch the trend in Liberia. Once you see that trend going one way, everybody doing it, there's corruption in it. Because our people are copycats. Our people never have their own ideals. They see one thing, it sounds good, they all jump on the bandwagon. Same thing I told you, I went to Liberia 3-4 years ago. I got there in Liberia, I heard international community, international. I said, everybody you sit down to talk with, I said, no. I know my people. I know my Liberian people. Once this thing started spreading, everybody talking about it, something is wrong, inherently wrong in it. And that's how we got to know our people. And we can't be afraid of our leaders no more. We can't back down from our leaders no more. When it is wrong, we must stand up and tell them it is wrong, give it back. Give it back. That's not your money. You can't sit down and put money in our budget for yourselves, for people with foundations. This is insanity. This is insanity. Our legislature has become legislators. They are legislators. They're robbing us, giving themselves $30,000 and claiming that they got so much to do in their counties that they need that money personally. It's a damn disgrace to Liberia. We don't run our government like that, giving lawmakers large sum of money to form the foundations for their counties. Is this insanity? What's wrong with Liberia today? What's wrong with our people? Y'all gotta wake up. You're sleeping. This is insanity. We don't run government like this. Every damn lawmaker got their own foundation. They ain't got no damn money. They are broke people. They are poor people. They come into government and get rich overnight. And now all of them got foundations, giving each other $30,000 to run their personal foundation, getting paid $15,000, getting gas allowance, house allowance, light bill, water bill. We might as well adopt these looters to be our children. The Liberian people need to adopt our legislators to be our children, because we're supporting them. We're paying these people exorbitant money that they don't deserve. They don't deserve. None of the fools are educated. How many of them got law degrees? How many of them got master degrees? Or even college degrees? How many of them? We got all these ragamuffins in our government stealing our money. These criminals are smarter than us. Agarius Gray, Prince Johnson, all these people in our legislature, are those people competent? Now they're outsmarting us, sitting down and putting 30,000 in a budget for themselves, for their foundations, for their private projects. That's not how Liberia runs. We can't run a government like that. We cannot run a government like that. That is a bandit government. That is a criminal government. How you take $30,000 and give it to these people? No report, no accountability, no checkbacks, nothing. You take our money, millions of dollars, and give it to these useless people and turn our country into a land of crooks and bandits and criminals and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? Is this what you're turning our country into? No. We are Liberian people. We own our country. These looters and criminals don't own our country. They don't. And we must demonstrate to these people that Liberia is for us, not for them. The protest has started. They might not end. Lock Liberia down. I told you this thing a long time ago. Now the business people talking about locking Liberia down. Why? They rather not squeeze all the money out of you, giving everything to foreigners. They know we can't maintain our competition with the Arabs and all these people, so they're charging us more so they can get handouts. They have depleted our finances so bad that there's no check and balance in our country. No system. People just get up and do things overnight. We can't go on like this. We can't go on like this. So we got to rise up together as one people with one mission and show these criminals that Liberia is back on its feet. Liberians are conscious of our constitutional duties and rights. And we will not sit down and let a bunch of bandits, ignoramuses, come and outsmart us in our own country. Form foundations, give them $30,000, then tell us they're working for us. Are you stupid? I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. And I damn well sure you're not stupid. So you better wake up and show these ignoramuses that we are not stupid, that they are not men enough to outsmart us. They are not rogues enough to outsmart us. We got people of erudite competence. We got people who are leaders of our nation. Despite being in power, we are leaders. And we get tired and we talk to our people and say to them, enough. It's enough. We can change our country. We can change the direction of our government and people. We can raise the consciousness and level of our society overnight. Overnight, all we need is law, order, and discipline. The common things in life that matter to every society. All Liberians want law and order. Look how we're fighting for justice. Where do you think justice comes from? Justice is a product of law and order, of decent governance, governing with the rule of law. And we are intelligent people, my people. We are not animals, Liberian people. We are intelligent people. We can govern ourselves. We have governed ourselves for 174 years. Yes, we have help from other people. Yes, we beg like hell. Yes, we're lazy and useless, but we fought to keep our country. And now it's really getting terrible. It's really, really, really going to the dogs. And we can't let our country go to the dogs, to the issues. No. We got to bring our country back. Better than the days of Talbot. It's not difficult. It is not difficult. But Liberian people got to rise again with a sense of unity, with a sense of direction, with a sense of profound leadership that will not just take from us and lie to us, that will not come with a socialist mentality, the Amos Sawyer, the Tipote, the Fambule, the Ellen Johnson Sally, all the useless criminal liars and rogues with a master's degree and PhDs and all this bullshit come to steal from us, to go abroad and work like dogs till they come home to just steal and rob our country. Hustlers. Hustlers. We can't continue to this. We can't continue breeding hustlers to come home and rob us. We can't. So it behooves us to set the foundation. We don't have to start with violence. No. No. Just sit down. You see the business people talking about shutting down now. That's all you got to do, shut Liberia down. And George Weah then will fall. As long as these people think they're ruling Liberia, our country will fail. As long as they think they got control of our economy and our people, they will fail. And we will fail. But it will take back our government. It will show to these useless legislators that they are subjected to the will of the Liberian people, that they are not our masters, they are our servants. They cannot do what they want to do with our money and tell us to shut up. Shh. No, they can't do that. Liberia is for us. All of us. Yeah, we have our Congo and country problem. Yes, we are ignoramuses, all of us. Yes, we are useless, all of us. But it's time to stop it. Enough is enough. We can be fools, but we can't be fools forever. When we sit down and see a handful of people openly stealing our money, and these people are ignorant people, they even got degrees, they even got educational standards. Man, like Prince Johnson. All these people in our legislature, how many of them got degrees? How many of them really qualified to lead our people with track record, honesty, and sincerity? Everybody there got some blemish on them. All these useless people forming foundation. Where did Liberian people learn to form foundation from overnight? And let me tell you, Liberian people, there is one legislator, Nombli Kanga, who have succumbed to the will of the Liberian people and has written the Liberian legislature returning her $15,000. That in itself tells us that these lawmakers don't need this money. If Nombli Kanga can write and say, keep my $15,000, I don't want it. These other legislators must rise up and turn our $30,000 back. Nombli Kanga take our $15,000 to turn back. We must set the foundation in stone in our country now. Just from this $30,000 that these people don't deserve it. They must return it. Our country is not a nation of foundations. It's not a nation of private people, organizations doing what they want to do for our country. No, no, no. That's not how government runs. These people must return our $30,000 now. Liberian people, let us change our country. Let us rise up as one for once in our lives since 1980. Let us rise strong as Liberian people with one destiny, with one direction, with one interest, our money. And these people cannot keep our $30,000. They can say they won't do this. They can say they're spending it for this. They can give it to this. We want that money back in our coffers. We want every lawmaker to write a letter to the Ways and Means Committee, like normally Kanga did, returning that $30,000 to the Liberian coffers. We, the Liberian people, got control over that. We, the Liberian people, can stop these people and demand that no matter what the bullshit they tell us, we're not listening to it. No matter what they show us they're doing, we don't want to see it. No matter how they try to deceive us and lie to us, we will not fall for it. $30,000 for every one of these bandits must be returned to the Ways and Means Committee of the Liberian Legislature as soon as possible, without delay, immediately, or the protests will increase. The masses of Liberian people will get out in the street. These people holding us down. Look how we got athletes today competing in the Olympics, ready to challenge the people in running for medals. We've never reached that stage in our lives. We got a Liberian Joe Fambule doing it. We have Miss Morris representing us. We got to come together as a nation. We got to come together as a people of conscious living, of sacrificial unification. We got to sacrifice for us to come together as one. We can't come together when one group of people own everything and want to steal everything. We can't do it. We don't have enough philanthropists in Liberia. We don't. Our philanthropic level is low. Not many Liberian people giving cash or building things in Liberia for our people, for our young children. Everybody go Liberia looking for money. And no money in Liberia. And the people who are not working, stealing. The people who have nothing, going into government and stealing. And telling us that they got foundations, that they got this and that. When Liberia people started forming foundations, when our leaders started forming foundations, that's the corruption. Everybody got a foundation now. They didn't even know what foundation means. Their foundation not doing nothing. The only man with foundation, two men were Castle and Cummings. People got money, so they form foundation to do good work. But you taking government money and you want to form foundation? You see what's going on in our country? The people taking our money for their private use, forming foundations. How you form foundation? You ain't got nothing. Yeah? You selling $250,000. Our lawmaker, a drug dealer, selling $250,000 of weed or dope. What you do a foundation? What you know about foundation? And this is why enough is enough. This is why enough is enough. We must rise up as patriots of our country. We must rise up as people with concern and interest in the welfare and well-being of our country and people. Enough is enough. We can't go on. We can't wait for 2023 with these people stealing, with COVID-19 in our country, with our leaders building tombs and houses for dead bodies. How can we continue on this? All of you know our people corrupt. Look at the university children demonstrated, they shot them with live bullets. And they're telling us there were no live bullets used. What's wrong with our country, man? What's wrong with us? Have we gone so far backwards we can't see the truth no more? Have we gone so far backwards that nothing means nothing to us no more? Not even our country. Or are we just scared people? Just scared, useless people. We see the people stealing our money, and we just waiting for some people to go fight, and the rest of us sit down. We gotta fight. We're fighting from America. You think I wake up to do my show every morning? That small thing? No, it's not small thing. I can't in Liberia to fight. But I gotta be dedicated to the cause. I gotta be dedicated to the struggle. And the message of the struggle gotta come from every corner of the world that impacts Liberia. That's the only way our country will change. I lose a lot of sleep. I lose a lot of money. Who you think? I'm not getting that much money from Liberian people. People think I got money. They ain't sending me money. You know how people, oh, Chesson, no man, Chesson, and they got money. There's 2 hours money. And then, yeah, you'll keep it up. You'll keep it up. But those are all who are speaking for you. When we started, you will cry. You will cry because there will be no one speaking up. And you will know what dictatorship really means. But as long as the few of us around that's speaking up against the ills, against Liberia and Liberian people, we got to bring our people together under one umbrella. We got to show our people what unity and solidarity really means and call the shots as they should be called. And people cannot be stealing our money and telling us they love us. They can't be stealing everything we own and telling us that they're taking care of us. No, 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 no. No, no, no. The protest got to continue. If you all don't know how to lock Liberia down, now the business people talking about locking it down because they were bullshitting too. Instead of joining the struggle, they were sitting down bullshitting too. Now the taxes being imposed on them at the port, at every entrance in Liberia. Now they're talking about shutting Liberia down too. Let's see who will do it first. The Liberian people or the Liberian businesses? Because something got to do. Something got to be due. And we can't sit down and wait for Jesus to come. Okay? Jesus not coming. That's what Jesus gave us, good pastors and good preachers. Not Fokke Kalon. Not Prince Johnson. What Prince Johnson know? You're the Liberian people, you're sitting there. Where George Weah know about God? What Prince Johnson know about God? You're within your own mind, man. Your thing, my people, your thing, man. You make me so ashamed. Because Liberian people used to be smart, man. But my people there now, you're just making me ashamed. Where in your own mind where a Medingo man, George Weah open a church to God, Jesus Christ? Where in your mind where a killer, a flesh eater like Prince Johnson open up a church to Jesus Christ and say he forgave? You think you can forgive yourself? You can't forgive yourself. You can't. You can't kill people, eat people, then you open church during peace time and say you pastor, you leading people, you governors of people, and God now forgive you. Who are you to say God now forgive you? You can't say that, Prince Johnson. That's not how God works. You can't continue to rob our people, serve juju and voodoo. Then you say you Christian in the church of God. You think we're stupid? You think all of us deceive? No, maybe you can deceive your Nema people, but not all of us. Not all of us. We're not under that kind of witchcraft. Definitely not me. So all your little shenanigans you're playing like people there with our people, we want our money back. 30K is a lot of money for these people to be taken individually. We could do so much in our country if our country had leaders that understood the mechanism of governance. Our leaders are dumb. All they see is money for themselves. All they see is greed, and money for themselves that they don't have. Their family don't have it, but they won't come and steal it from us. They don't want to work hard like the rest of us. They don't want to sweat by their brow for their living. No, they want to come and steal from us who sweat by our brows for our living. And Jesus Christ cannot permit that. The Holy Trinity, our only God, cannot permit that. So under the Holy Trinity, I condemn Liberian legislature. Under the Holy Trinity, God, Father, Son, and Ghost, I condemn the Liberian government. Under the Holy Spirit, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, I demand that the Liberian people rise in the name of Jesus Christ and bring these people to their knees. I demand in the name of the 3-in-1, the Holy Trinity, God, Father, Son, and Ghost, that Liberia's leaders fall to their knees by the Liberian people. And you'll rise up and let these criminals return our $30,000. If we don't do nothing as a Liberian people, if we don't do nothing as a unified people, if we don't do nothing as a solidified people, we must rise together on this point. These people must return our 30K. There is no negotiation. There is no you say and I say. There is no damn debate on this point. We got to show these damn criminals that we are the leaders of our Papa's land. And they work for us. We don't work for them. They can't sit down and put money in our budget for themselves, telling us that law. Are we dummies? Are we dummies? We trust y'all to make our lives better. Then you'll sit down and put money in our budget for yourselves, and you tell us that the law. Liberian people, this is a Tony Commander, Galpohkpa Chesson. I am a Liberian lawyer. I am a Liberian lawyer. And this shit these people talking to us is bullshit. They must return our $30,000 now. I'm calling on my Liberian people and patriots. We must unite for a cause. We must unite for Liberia's cause. We must solidify ourselves as Liberian people because it is necessity for our survival. We must come together and rid ourselves of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, George Weah, all these damn rogues who have led our country of the Unity Party for these many years. We must discipline them. We must put them in jail. We must punish them. Rise, my Liberian people. Rise. We are patriots of the great Republic of Liberia, the first Negro Republic in Africa. We are masters of the continent. And as such, democracy It's our forte. We brought democracy to Liberia and Africa. We brought democracy to the continent. From Liberia flowed freedom, unity, and solidarity for all peoples on the continent. From Liberia, the hopes of democracy flowed through Africa. We stood against apartheid. We stood against Ian Smith regime. We stood against evil on the continent. And we still do to this very day. Liberia cause needs defending. Rise, my patriots. Rise. Let's show these criminals leaving Liberia that they do not own our Papa's land. We are the caretakers, the gurus, and the masters of our Papa's land. That's my lesson for number one. Let's move on to number two. George Weah, nuts. Is he nuts? He's got to be nuts. He's got to be nuts. All the sufferings of our people, and these people are just taxing us, bringing foreigners to join with them, to deceive us, to steal our money, to run our ports, to run our airports, to run everything in Liberia. So when I have nothing, we have all George Weah girlfriends from Ghana and Natalia McGee's boys from Ghana. Everybody coming from Ghana now. They bring people from Ghana to build tomb, to buy casket. What's wrong with our country? Now our president taxing people. No money in the country. He's stealing the money. They're stealing 30,000 kids. None of these people can report and give us any accounting of the money they took. None of them. Maybe Darius Dillon, because he gave money to the people. He sent cash all around. Yeah, I wanted the cash stealing. But one of the people can't account for our money. And in this era of dire consequences against my people, we got these people running our country like that they're private foundations. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Every day people calling me, Rodney, we need this. Brother Rodney, can you help us with this? Every time I'm getting text here. How many people I can help in my country, man? I gotta be a damn rogue to start helping my people in my country. It's not supposed to be like this. This is not supposed to be the way we're living. Our people in Liberia, depending on people in America and around the diaspora to survive. We can't survive like this. Then our president bringing all the Ghanaians and people in Liberia to take over our businesses. What's wrong with Liberia people? And all the people they bring in that their girlfriends, that they love us. These people don't love our country. Do you love our country? Do you love Liberia? Our leaders don't. Do you love Liberia? Are you a Liberian patriot? Do you know what it means to be honest and trustworthy? Do you know what it means to demand that our leaders stop stealing? Do you know what it means when our leaders continue to steal and put money in the budget for themselves and tell us that's law? That means we have gone beyond repair. Irreparable. Our minds are so screwed up that we can't see when our leaders are deceiving us, betraying us, and stealing from us like hell. We can't. Now we say that George Weah bringing all his girlfriends from Ghana, his Liz, his Apia, all of them into Liberian money area. buying them Lamborghini and all these expensive cars. What George Weah get that money from? George Weah ain't got no money on his own. George Weah is irresponsible. He can't keep money because he just spent it like an idiot. Claire ain't any better. So where are we going from here now, people? Where are we going from here? How long will we continue with this leadership that is bringing on no fruits? We yielding no fruits from this leadership. All we're getting is heartache. All we're getting is frustration. All we're getting is shame and disgrace. All we're getting is bad governance. All we're getting is misdirection. All we're getting is lies and treachery. How long? How long? Every day I look at my countrymen from 1980 to today. We on the same thing. Our people can't stand up as men and women. Our leaders come and do everything and we accept it and just keep on walking on. How long? How long can we do that? If we don't know ourselves, when will we ever be able to stand up for our country? If we don't know what's good for us, how will we be able to lead our country to a brighter day? George Weah doesn't know what's good for us. He doesn't even know what's good for George Weah. Look at the man living himself. Look at the man living. Sleeping with every woman all over the place. Taking our money, using it like private money. All his officials doing what they want to do with our money. And you know these people ain't got money. You know they ain't got no damn money. They never had no money. You know if they have money, they're feeling using it now with a womanizing and all the kind of thing. Look at George Weah right there, our president. He can't tell us the truth about anything. He lied about the auditors that he killed. They lie about the 3 children that are missing and dead. They lie about everything. Everything, man. And it's rubbing off on people in our society. You can't trust nobody from Liberia. They will lie to you for everything and anything. Is this what we want? Our government is supposed to be setting standards and examples for us of leadership. Look at America today. We're still reading from Donald Trump and his deceitfulness and lies and misleadership of this country. We're still reading from Donald Trump bullshit and hoping that our democracy survive. We can't do this to our country in Liberia, man. We can't do this. We ain't got nothing but all our people are just liars and traitors. You can't trust Liberian people. They tell you something, you can't trust it. You can't trust it. Even my own family, some of them you can't trust them. I don't trust many people anyway. But you can't trust them. People will lie at the drop of a hat and tell you, yeah, we'll do this, we'll do this. And they don't mean it. So our country has a bad sense of decency. Our society have a bad sense of loyalty and decency. You know, look at yourself, look in the mirror, look at our family members and things like that. Look at the treachery, the bitterness, the hurts that perpetrated in these families. But it all comes down to haunting us and hurting us because we are the beneficiaries of all the things that are going on in our country. It comes to us, our children, our posterity. Look at me. All the years I've suffered for what people say my party, what my family did. I never participated in government. Look at Ellen Johnson, Sally, and all our children participating in our government. Those are my crowd boys stealing from our country like it's for their mom. That's why Ellen Johnson's telling our children got to be punished. Because these are my crowd boys robbing me of my wealth and prosperity and posterity. These are my crowd boys. Charles, Robert, all these people stealing like dogs, robbing our country. These are the people I knew we should talk. Now I don't even want to talk to them because they are rogues, they are criminals, and they deserve to be in jail. But our people permit all of this. Our people see all these things going around and think, oh, they can kill my mom, they can kill my pa, I will still support them. No, Chesson will not do that. I will not do that. You kill my mom, you kill my pa, I ain't supporting you go into jail. You go into jail. So, I don't kill people. I will put you in jail and fuck the hell out of you. I want to see who in your family will rise up against me. I'll fuck their asses too and put them in jail. I don't play that thing. I don't play that. Our country is a country of pride and dignity. Our people build our country from nothing to something. Then we will come and be the very product to destroy our country, to turn our people against each other. I heard you sing it where you're talking about she doesn't care about Congo and country. It's not supposed to be that way. Every country got division. Every country got one group of people feeling better. But when that thing interferes with the progress and development of our country, that's a serious problem. Somebody got to step in and nip it in the bud. Everybody got prejudices. Everybody got their own feelings of being better than other people. Nothing wrong with that. Once that your own idiosyncrasies, you keep it to yourself. But if you take your idiosyncrasies and your backwardness and start using it to hurt Liberian people, to divide us when it comes to jobs, you put your tribe first before other people, there's no fairness and equality in the selection, there's a serious problem. There's a serious problem. In America, you hear people talking about race all the time. If you ever been in America, if you know America, you hear the Arab telling me, oh, the Portuguese, they can't away from you Portuguese. Or the Portuguese say, oh, I'm Portuguese. I don't know this, I don't know that. People laugh. People laugh. But they have come to this level in their understanding of society that yes, we are different. We are different. But we can live together. We can cooperate and interact with each other. Look at the Liberian American Army. Look at how many people serving in that army. But yet, 95% or more know that their lives depend on their cooperation and functioning as one in the military. Same thing with our country. Look at how diverse we are. But we got to keep that realization that it takes a diverse people to build a prosperous nation. A diverse people in our understanding, in our acceptance of things, in our foresight and vision of what we want as a people and nation. And that what brings us together, that what keeps us strong, that what makes us grow, because we have a vision. in us of a better Liberia, of a more unified Liberia. We're not dreaming of a divided Liberia for the Congo people, for the Congo people, for the Native people, for the Bassa people, for the Gio people. No, that's not what we think about. When we think about Liberia, we think about one nation and one people. You can be Congo, you can be country, you can be Va, you can be Gisi, you can be Pele, you can be Bandi, you can be Basso, you can be Grebo, anything you want to be. But you know first and foremost that you are Liberian. And the Liberian government is your government. It speaks for you and every other Liberian. And when our government and leaders become bandits and rogues, we have the responsibility to reel them in. As a people, we have the responsibility to rise and tell them, you are our servants. You can't be our masters. You cannot rob us. We know more than you. We are collective. You just a few handful of rogues. You cannot steal from our country. You will be punished. We own Liberia. You work for us. Some of y'all don't even got degrees, but we'll put you there because we got trust and confidence in your abilities. But when you turn your abilities around and start making foundations for yourselves and dividing our government money among yourselves, that's a grave problem. So let me come to my final topic for today. Who owns Papa's Liberia land? Who owns our land? In 1980, we killed Toba. We killed the 13 people, including my father. And we said we own the land. We sang, who owns Papa's land? Now we come to this era 40 years afterwards. After the killing of Toba and our government, we come 40 years later out of war, or the destruction, or the tragedy to this day. And we're still singing, who owns Papa's land? We still don't know. We still don't know. In 1980, we thought it was the Congo, the country people. So we kept singing, who owns Papa's land? Now all of us playing in the Chamber family. All of us got alphabets. All of us come to this stage now. We know we not kill each other. We not eat each other. We not cry for each other. We not fight for each other. We not do everything for each other. We at this point now. Who the hell owns Papa's land? You gotta tell me. Who owns Papa's land? Because from 1980 to the day, nothing changed. Everything got worse or worse. Liberia now moving forward, we're moving backwards. Look at the taxing our people, the taxing our businesses. All those extra fees, they are taxes. You can call them fees, but they are taxes. How can they just tax our people like that? The same group of people that have been ruling us forever put themselves in our legislature for 18 years. These dumb people ruling us like this forever. Now they got the audacity to put $30,000 in the budget for themselves. Liberian people, who owns Papa's land? Who owns Papa's land? If we own Papa's land, if we are the beneficiaries of our father's land, then we are too weak and cannot meet the responsibilities that our fathers put on us. We can't. But if these people, if we force these people to return the $30,000, that would be the beginning of the end of corruption in Liberia. If we force these lawmakers to return our $30,000, this will be the beginning of the end of corruption in Liberia. We can do it. We can do it as a people. There's no reason why we can't force the people to return our money. There is no reason why we can't rise up as a nation and say we want our $30,000 back in the budget of the Republic of Liberia. We can do it. That's billions of dollars we need. These people cannot hold us hostages in our country. These people cannot rob our money and make us submissive to their wills. We are Liberian people. We are the masters of our own fate. We are the captains of our own destiny. And we must rise and show these legislators of Liberia that we ain't going to take it. We ain't going to play this game. It ain't going to matter because it's not going to go. We got to crush it. Return our $30,000 now. Rise up, my Liberian people. Rise up. We are the masters of Papa's land. We are the owners of our land. And these few people stealing $30,000 must be reeled in. We must reel them in, just like you're reeling the fish in. And you know your fishing pole, when you run it, you bring in the fish in. We must reel them in and punish them. Let these lawmakers know enough is enough. We own Papa's land. Aluta! Continue. I'll see you tomorrow. And we got to keep up this struggle to get our $30,000 back. It is a divine struggle. It is a divine struggle. And it calls for all Liberians to join me in demanding that these people return our money. That the beginning to the end of corruption in Liberia must start with Liberian people rising up together and demanding that the looters of Liberia return our money. The time of the Liberian people is now. Aluta! Continue. Have a good day. In the cause of the people, the struggle continues. In the cause of the people, the struggle